previously on Gears.
This afternoon, but now let's get into the world of Formula One. Now let's just think about this. Last weekend we had the Korean Grand Prix. On Friday, besides the marshals and security and maybe 5 people in the stands, that was the capacity of the amount of people that there were on Friday. On Sunday, on race day, we had a few people in the stands. Got to be honest, it looked pretty okay, but not what you would expect in a Formula One Grand Prix. This weekend, we go to Suzuka in Japan, which is, number one, a magnificent circuit. On Friday, there will be people queuing outside the gates to get in, who don't have tickets, who want to get in. On Saturday will be the same, and on Sunday there will be so many people that the drivers won't even be able to move around. That is the fanaticism of Japan and Formula One. I stand to be corrected, but up until a few years ago, to obtain a ticket for the Japanese Grand Prix, you had to put your name into a system and you were drawn. That's it.
Wow.
Because it was so oversubscribed. Like 2 million people applied for tickets for only 100,000 tickets. So it was luck of the draw.
That's
cannot
crazy.
wait. It's such a brilliant Grand Prix. 130R, the corner. Oh, man, it's amazing. And, well, Sebastian Vettel could become world champion for the 4th time this weekend if he wins the race and Alonso finishes less than 8th. Either way, he's going to win the championship. Other news in the world of Formula One, Nico Hülkenberg has told Lotus he wants his Formula One future sorted out by the end of this month. I think it's a fait accompli. Because if you listen to what Eric Boulier had to say a couple of days ago, who's the team principal at Lotus, he came out and said, weight is not an issue for our drivers in Formula One. And there's a whole talk about Nico Hülkenberg because he's like 80 kilograms, half the other guys are like 68, etc., etc. So I really think Hülkenberg is going to be signed. Hülkenberg, Grosjean, I think is going to be amazing. Who's going to be quicker, Daisy? Nico or Romain?
Nico.
I go with Romain. Fernando Alonso believes it's a miracle that he and Ferrari are still in contention for the 2013 Formula One World Championship at this stage of the season. He said, "We did a miracle for 15 races and we tried to keep this miracle alive for the remaining 5. Well, I don't think it's going to happen, especially on the performance of last weekend's race in Korea. Another one, a little bit of a back turn because Alonso came out a little bit critical of Pirelli over the Korean Grand Prix weekend, and he's come out now and said, or Ferrari have come out and said, Pirelli needs more help from Formula One teams to perfect its tyres. Fernando Alonso and Webber both hit out for high degrading tyres, and Stefano Domenicali said they had a meeting and they clarified the situation with Fernando. And they basically said, you can stay all your life in the simulator, but you will not solve the issues of tires and not only the tires, which basically means we need more testing, which no one's going to agree to. So, sort of like stuck in a bit of a circle. And finally, Lewis Hamilton has come out and clarified his thoughts on Sebastian Vettel, where he came out and he said, it's more boring now with Vettel's domination than it was in the Michael Schumacher era. And I've got to tell you, he came out and I read his tweets yesterday, and he said, Sebastian is a great champion. Not only that, he's a great human being. He's funny and humble, deserves all the success he's having. I admire his dedication and ability to consistently perform without mistakes. This is the mark of a true champion. He went on to say, regardless of you and I may think about his car, at the end of the day, he's doing the perfect job. I'm just grateful I get to drive in an era with so many great drivers like him. Nice things to say, I think, from Lewis Hamilton about Sebastian Vettel.
But he looks like a really nice guy.
Vettel?
No, Hamilton.
No, they both are. Have you ever seen Vettel on Top Gear and interviews? And he's hysterical. He's a
Really?
very, very funny guy. Yeah, very funny guy.
I think he's quite good looking, Vettel.
Is it?
Yeah.
Even with his sort of peroxided orange yellow hair.
No, it's not peroxided.
No, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ew.
No, it is. Okay, there we go.
This F1 feature was proudly brought to you by Pirelli and Tiger Wheel and Tyre. Stand a chance to win a trip to any 2014 F1 Grand Prix. Find out more at twt.to.
Win a trip for two to any 2014 Formula One Grand Prix of your choice. Plus, you can double your chances when you buy any 2 or more Pirelli tyres. Get to your nearest Tiger Wheel and Tyre to enter. Only at
Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Gears with Sasha Martinengo on bulls.co.za.